Hi, I'm Gail and welcome back to Low Carb Recipe Ideas. Today we're going to make barbecued ribs, spare ribs. So the first things we're going to do is put some spices on our ribs, and then we're going to put our sauce on, put them in the oven, get them tenderized, and then we will put them on the barbecue just to finish them off. So let's get started. So here we go. We have a rack of ribs. My ribs are pork ribs. You can use beef ribs if you would like. This time we're just using pork. And the first thing I do is I have this Herbamare zesty spice. It's organic. I get it at the superstore, or you can even get it at natural food stores. There's many places you can get it. The price I paid was $5.95, and it goes a long way. I use this spice for many things. There's no carbs in it or anything. So they are delicious. And actually the ribs that I have are nitrate free also, which is healthier for you if you have the opportunity to buy that type of meat. Anyhow, I would just layer my ribs with some of the spices, just to give it a little extra. And then I have my homemade barbecue sauce. I have a video already with the recipe on it, but the recipe will also be added onto this vlog also. So we just put a layer of barbecue sauce on top, and we're just doing that so that the flavor soaks into the meat, and then when it's all baked in the oven, they'll be taken out, and then we'll add more before we put on the barbecue. So we have it on a cookie sheet, and we have some tin foil, and we're just going to wrap up the ribs. This just happened to work out that the ribs were just the right size so that I could just fold it over. And there's going to be a lot of liquid, so I want you to be very careful if you're checking them with the heat that you don't get burnt. So there we go. Now we're going to put them in the oven at 275 for 2.5 hours. And that's just to get them tender, and then we will put them on the barbecue after that. So we'll get them in the oven. So we're going to set the timer for 2.5 hours, and we're going to bake them at 225. And we will be back when they're done. Okay, it's been in the oven for 2.5 hours, and I think I made an error and said it was 225. Well, it's 275 is the temperature. So our ribs are cooked, and you can tell by looking at it that the bones are sticking out. I think you can see it more on this side here, that they're pulled away from the bones, so that's good. Now I'm just going to put it on a plate, and then we're going to coat it with our barbecue sauce. And I've already fired up the barbecue, so we're just going to coat it on both sides. It smells very good. It actually smells like it came from a bottle from the store. So I'll just flip this over, and we'll cover the back side of the ribs, and we'll go out to the barbecue, and we will start finishing off these delicious barbecued ribs. Okay, I've got the barbecue at the temperature's about 500, and we're going to put our ribs on. And it's not going to take very long for the ribs. We're going to cook both sides, and I will, turn them over and put more barbecue sauce on them, and then turn them one more time and get it all caramelized, and you're going to have some delicious ribs. So we'll just close the lid, and I'll keep an eye on it. Flip it over, and we're going to add some more sauce to it. Okay, our ribs are all done. They're all caramelized. They look delicious. And I used approximately a quarter cup of the barbecue sauce, a low-carb barbecue sauce. And oh, it smells so good. I know you guys are really going to enjoy it. And you can cut back on the sweetener that I used in the sauce if you'd like to, which is on my blog. If you go to lowcarbrecipe.ideas.com, you will find the recipe and the photos of our ribs, and I'm sure you'll really enjoy it. So you take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.